And then after 2 years, my partner said to me, "Do you know, Carolyn, I want to know what time we start in the morning, what time we finish at night, and how much money we're going to earn." For anyone involved in small business, you kind of know the start time. But to know what time you finish, well, you finish when you've done the work. So for me, as everyone kind of knows what the big game changer in your industry is, and I just always wanted to get into one of the big supermarket chains. It was such a dream, and I would keep applying, and I still have a letter where, in fact, it was from Woolworths, where they just wrote no on my application and circled it and sent it back to me. And I'd always go, "It's not no forever, it's just no for now." Actually went in and did my little presentation, and the buyer said, "Do you know what, Carolyn, I'll give you 20 stores, deliver it in yourself, and just see how it goes." That man, Graham McShane, is forever my hero. So I left there bowing like a Chinese businessman, "Thank you, thank you, thank you," and left that building with tears dripping off my chin. Like, that was the break. And sometimes in your career, you kind of know when you get a break, you're just going to do everything you can to make it work. But lo and behold, went back 6 months later, and the buyer said, "It's actually doing quite well." And sure enough, we got an opportunity to then be in the Victorian Distribution Centre, and then, slowly evolved to end up getting into the supermarkets nationally. And I never anticipated the business would be as big as it is today. And I've never been driven by the size. I've always been driven by the pride of how good can we be. And my expectations on our processes and our systems of how we dot our I's, we cross our T's, of how amazing we can be internally, that's what really drives me. And I think then the success follows. So I say this because it's very easy to hear me stand here and go, "Do you know what? She doesn't understand what's happened in my industry. She doesn't understand the complexities. She doesn't understand the challenges I've been through." I tell you, I have never come across an industry where I go, "That is nirvana, that is awesome." We all have challenges, but it's how you find that resilience and how you find the strength in yourself to go, "Okay, somehow I'm going to find a way to get through this." The customer is the absolute core of what we do. It is our only stakeholder. And everyone at Carmen's knows we are a servant to the customer. But you can't have culture without a great strategy. You just need the culture to deliver it. That is an essential part of who we are and what we do. And we would not have the success. I've had double-digit growth every year for 23 years, never missed, even through GFC, because we are so driven by our strategy and what the plan looks like to deliver it. The great execution needs great attention to detail, and really making sure you dot your I's, you cross your T's, and that you actually execute really well. I think that's the difference. And when you see businesses that really care, Apple about their packaging, that you actually go, "Every touch point I have with this business is awesome," I think it shows. And I challenge, the only thing you're running out of is time. And if you want to execute your game plan magnificently, you've got to find the time to do it. And to find the time to do it, you've got to work out what you're going to say no to. And I'm just really conscious of how I choose to spend my time so I can find that time to deliver what I need to. Innovation is one of the key things we do at Carmen's, and we're actually very sort of well regarded for how we do that process. Well, we don't do anything without checking the data, international data, Australian data, what people say they're going to do. So you all say you want to eat healthily and have less sugar, but the number one growing category is confectionery. So we kind of have to balance out what you say you're going to do to what you're actually doing, and how we kind of compute all that together. So for me, knowing the data, knowing the numbers has become a very big part of our success. So I think the most dangerous phrase is, "We've always done it this way." And if you let complacency come in, for me, I'm always saying, just because we've done it that way does not mean we have to do it that way. And I'll talk to Peter a bit more about innovation and how we try and permeate that through all of the functions at Carmen's. And for me, I think, through my journey, that resilience has been something that has really helped me sort of forge the best path through the adversity that I've faced.